Hi Virgo, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your November 2020 tarot reading. Thank you to those of you who've liked, viewed, shared, subscribed, and donated to the channel. I appreciate all of that. As far as personal readings go, I actually decided I'm going to take a break from those until probably early 2021, so just wanted to give you an update on that. As far as what we have in front of us, we have a Celtic cross spread as always, and I also pulled a couple of Oracle cards and a Mudra card for you. So we'll get started with the main spread. In the main situation position, we have the Fool. So this represents wanting to have a fresh start in some area of your life and actually, finally taking that leap of faith. It's primarily just saying that you're ready for change and you're actually finally able to take action on doing so. Now, this could be in any area of your life, and we'll get more of a feel for where that's going to be as we go through the spread, but that's definitely what I'm seeing there. And in the challenger obstacle position, quite a few cards came up. We have the Six of Pentacles in reverse, that's Taurus energy. The Three of Wands, that's Aries energy. And the Queen of Wands, also Aries energy. So what I see this primarily saying here, given that this is in the reverse, could just be saying that the challenge is that there's been a situation that's been out of balance for you guys with this in reverse. And I feel like this is saying for a while you were waiting for it to kind of fix itself, kind of under the impression that, okay, well, I did my part in the situation and leaving the rest up to the other person, or if it's a job thing, to the organization, whatever the case may be. And to me, with this Queen of Wands energy showing up here, it looks like this is you coming to the realization that it would actually require you to take action. So that's why I feel like is really pointing to that Fool energy, which is saying that, there might have been something that's been out of balance for too long because you're just kind of under the impression that, all right, you know what, I put in my part in the situation, I'll wait for the rest to come back my way, and now coming to the realization that maybe it's not happening. And if this is more pointing to energies, that would explain why that may be the case. We still have Mars retrograde, and it's actually going to start going direct around the middle of November, and it'll actually be in these degrees. So it could just be saying that the Mars energy was kind of holding that up for you guys with the retrograde. All right, in the foundation position, we have the Ten of Wands. So this is Sagittarius energy here, which for you guys is your fourth house of home and family. So it could just be saying that you've been putting a lot of energy into working on your home. Maybe you've been doing some renovations. Maybe just been dealing with a lot of family issues. For example, we do have holidays coming up soon for everyone. So that could be a factor as well. But here I'm picking this up as more of a positive energy for the most part. It could go either way for me with this card in particular. But here I'm feeling like this is more just saying that, you're actually close to your goal, whatever it was. And like I said, I feel like it could be around your home and family, possibly even just some beliefs that you might have had growing up and maybe seeing what fits and what doesn't for you. That could be another way that this energy is playing out as well. In the past position, we have the Justice card. So this is actually the major arcana card for Libra, which for you guys is your second house of finances. So there could be some relation to that. But again, I feel like this is more pointing to a situation that's out of balance. So in the past, to me, this is saying that it was balanced. Like I said, with that Six of Pentacles in reverse, seems like for whatever reason, the situation was out of balance. And now it looks like this month you're finally going to be taking action on that. Because if we look at the Fool, they're actually moving toward that Justice energy. So, could be a relationship, since Libra energy does represent the seventh house traditionally, but it can be around finances for some of you as well. So I can see that going either way. In the present position, we have the Seven of Cups in reverse. So I'll just put it in the upright while we talk about it. This is actually Scorpio energy here, which for you guys is your third house of communication. And that's pretty much where that Mercury retrograde we have started at. And with this coming up in reverse, could just be saying that, however weird it may sound, it's not traditionally what we would think about a Mercury retrograde moving through the third, but with this coming in reverse, it looks like you might actually be seeing the situation more clearly. And sometimes that's how the retrogrades can work. I mean, the primary thing to remember is Mercury is just primarily closer to Earth. So sometimes if there was a certain detail of a situation that had been eluding you, that could actually help bring it to light in a positive way in that regard. So that might have been what happened for you guys. Could have been that you had multiple options on the table and weren't seeing them clearly. I mean, I always point out with the artwork here how we could always clearly see what's in those cups, but this person's quite literally in the dark. So, it might have been one of those things for a while you couldn't necessarily see what the best way forward was, but it seems like you've actually figured that out. And for some of you, it could point to maybe that full moon at the very end of October in Taurus. Maybe that gave you some sudden insights, given that Taurus is your 9th house, and then also the fact that it had Uranus in the mix. So something might have finally clicked for you guys in that regard. All right, near future position, we have the Chariot, which is Cancer energy, and the King of Swords, which is Aquarius energy. So the Chariot does represent forward movement. Can represent rapid movement as well, and given that this is the natural ruler of the 4th house, could just be pointing to a timeline as well, saying that maybe when we get to the start of Sagittarius season, which would be toward the end of November, you might get some forward movement around the situation. Can be in your workplace too, given that we have the King of Swords here, and Aquarius energy for you guys is your 6th house. So that could be what that's pointing to. Aquarius energy is pretty quiet right now. There's not much going on. Saturn's on its way there. It'll be there toward the end of December. But for some of you, this can be around friendships as well, since the Chariot represents Cancer energy, which is your 11th house naturally, and this is the natural ruler of the 11th. So it could just be saying that you have some forward movement around your friendships, maybe some new groups you could be affiliating with and having some growth there. But yeah, either way, these pretty positive energies there. To me, this is a bit more of a tempered vibe of the Fool card in a certain way, because it still represents that movement, but to me, with the King of Swords behind that, to me it represents that it is measured movement. So to some, it might seem like it might be just a random move on your part when you take on that Fool energy, but I feel like this is something that you guys have actually given quite a bit of thought to, just might not have been publicly expressing that. All right, your influence on the situation, we have the 3 of Cups, so more Cancer energy here, and the 9 of Cups, Pisces energy. So for some of you, this could definitely represent some movement around a romantic relationship for some of you, and actually possibly celebrating that with friends. So, maybe you've gotten into a relationship recently, for example, and again, I'm getting that vibe of, because I'm pretty sure your October reading was about keeping things under wraps. So this could just be saying that, you're actually letting them know that you're in a connection now. Maybe you just felt the need to not really go public with it for whatever reason, and now you're finally choosing to do so. The 3 of Cups, though, traditionally speaking, to me, it points to a lot of familial energy. So this can be as simple as some of you might go home for the holidays, reconnect with siblings or just close friends that you might have grown up with, and, guys just link up while you're home for the holidays. Either way, though, this is a very celebratory energy, and the 9 of Cups is also a pretty positive energy. It's often referred to as the wish card, but at the very least, I see it as that energy of contentment. Being happy with what you bring to the table, confident in that, and then that tends to bring more good things your way. So, pretty positive energies there. In the environment position, we have the High Priestess. So if this is pointing to your energy, this could just be an extension of what I was saying, that, maybe for whatever reason you've been planning all these things, but just haven't necessarily been communicating it to those in your inner circle. So this could just be an extension of that. To me, this usually points to Pisces energy. So again, that would be that relationship dynamic, given that that's your opposite sign. So this could definitely be around a relationship, and for some of you, this could be a person that you're dealing with. And I do have to say, if that's the case, this isn't necessarily the most communicative energy either. So, that might even be what kind of sparks you to embrace that Fool energy because you're not really getting a read from this person one way or the other. So you might be like, all right, well, I'm just going to have to take action, see what happens. But yeah, this definitely is another indicator to pay some attention to your intuition as well. So keep that in mind. Mars changing direction in your 8th house could help with that as well. All right, hopes or fears position. We have the 3 of Swords. I'm going to assume that this would probably be a fear for most of you. But if that's the case, I mean, none of the energy I see here looks negative at all. This is actually pretty positive energy across the board. Probably one of the better spreads I've seen for this month. So, could just be saying that that's a fear you have. Now, can be around finances for some of you too. Like I said, I am picking up on somewhat of a relationship vibe here, but it could definitely be around finances, possibly moving as well. So, could just be some fear around that. There's financial uncertainty all around the world, it seems, lately. So that definitely wouldn't surprise me if that's what you guys are feeling. But yeah, all the energy around it, I would say that it's not very unlikely that that would take place for you guys. All right, and in the outcome position, we have the Lovers, which is the major arcana card for Gemini, and the Knight of Wands, which is the court card for Sagittarius. So we see that 10th house, 4th house axis here. So can just be saying that for some of you might actually get a job offer. And if that's the case, I feel like it'd be a pretty big improvement over where you're currently at, if that's the case. But it might require you to move, given that we have the Knight of Wands energy there. So that's something to keep in mind. For others of you, just came to say, if there's been a bit of stagnation within your love lives as well, if this is around a love relationship, since we've seen some Pisces energy pop up for you, could just be saying that you're finally going to see that forward movement in that situation. And if, given that this is in the outcome position, it usually would point to toward the end of the month anyway. But I was going to say, if not right away in November, at the very least, then when we get into the actual Sagittarius energy. So toward the last 10 days of November, give or take a couple days. So that's what I see there. And there will actually be an eclipse, I believe, in Gemini at the very end of November too. So could be some significance around that. But yeah, like I said, overall across the board, there's pretty positive energy everywhere in the spread. Bottom of the deck as well, we have the Empress. So that, especially if there is some money worries that you guys might have with that 6 of Pentacles or ever being in reverse, looks like that'll work itself out for you for the most part this month. And then obviously this could also point to positive movement around love as well. Again, it's Taurus energy. So this could even kick off for you guys around that Taurus full moon, like I said, which is at the very end of October. So that could even have you rolling in a positive way to start November off. So that could be why you're in that Fool energy early on. But that's what I see there. And of course, that could be someone you're dealing with too. All right, moving on to the Oracle cards. First, we have Blessed. There's the artwork, and the number is 22. All right, it says, something wonderful that is unearned and unexpected, grace that is an unforeseen gift from Spirit. The Oracle's message. There are moments in life when, out of the blue, it seems that everything has been orchestrated by divine intervention. You feel blessed in ways that are difficult to express. It's as if the Red Sea parts in front of you, and events come together to banish your troubles easily and naturally. You know deep down you did not deserve any of it, and yet here you are. This is one of those times. Let awe and gratitude for all your blessings guide you now. So definitely an interesting message there, and maybe it is that some opportunity does pop up for you guys, and with that Full energy you decide to actually embrace it. That's certainly a possibility, but like I said, I definitely got a vibe of positivity with most of the spread anyway, but hopefully that resonated. The relationship message says you are moving toward a deepening of intimacy in a unique and sacred partnership. You know you are meant to make this connection. This union, blessed by the divine, will bring transformation and beauty to the world. This is also a sign that, even more important, you're being called to a deeper intimacy with yourself and spirit. With this new development, you will see evidence of grace in your life. So interesting message there where it said you're being called to a deeper intimacy with yourself and spirit, because given that we do see that high priestess, which is a very spiritual energy in the environment position, that could be what it's pointing to for some of you as well. But I do feel like this will probably be an actual true relationship as well for a lot of you. All right, the prosperity message says, unexpected windfalls and good fortune come your way now. You're in a phase where any difficulties or obstacles that have stymied your success seem to disappear on their own. Be ready to receive. The windows of opportunity will open wide. Accept the blessings given to you now, and don't forget to share them. So definitely a pretty positive message there as well. Like I said, we didn't focus too much on the career aspect once I started rolling with the reading, but hopefully that resonated for those of you who were interested in that. All right, and next we have Cow Spirit. It says the miracles are endless. There's the artwork, and the number is 15. Okay, it says you are at a beautiful point in your life today, for your needs are being met effortlessly and in so many ways. Fully embrace this truth by focusing on all you have right now, including the positive relationships that sustain you, the work you are proud to do to contribute to the world, and the activities that inspire you to nourish your soul. Cow Spirit nudges you to pay attention because this is the perfect time to focus on the choices, actions, and behaviors that you know feed your soul and bring your heart contentment. Now is also the time when you will see many of your projects and commitments that were set in motion in the past begin to yield valuable gifts that will bring you joy and love and sustain you for a long time to come. Stay positive and share your well-being with others. The more you share, the more you will manifest, so be generous. Cow Spirit promises you will never run out of miracles. So, definitely a pretty positive message there as well. Hopefully that resonated with you too. And finally, we have a Mudra card for you guys. So, the Mudra that you guys got for this month is the Kashyapa Mudra. There it is there. And the keyword for it is preservation. All right, let's see if we can fit everything in the frame at once. And get it to focus. There we go. Alright, so yeah, under benefits, it says grounding and centering, balances masculine and feminine qualities, protects against negative energies and unfriendly or confused spirits, sometimes called orphan spirits. So, someone else got this card this month too. I can't remember who it was, but same thing I said to them, maybe you could just smudge your space if you feel like the energy's a bit off. But like I said, everything I'm seeing here looks very positive, so might not resonate for too many of you. But if that does sound like something you'd be interested in, I will put the name of the Mudra in the description video as always if you want to look into that a little more. I will wrap up there, and I'll see you guys next month. All right, bye.